travelling more towards the west, towards the east at the moment, and we're going to turn like due north. We're going to turn sharply north in a little while. There's a corner, and then there's a shortish run to the Chandlers. These gloves are coming in really handy because I can mess about with cameras and remote controls and just faff about, but every sort of 5 minutes I can get my hands back into them, and they're a real help. So what I'll do, I'm almost a tick over anyway, so I feel like there's no point in, can't really go too much slower, but the place is half a mile, 0.4 miles, and it is, as the crow flies, it's pretty straight. So 0.4 miles, talking about 15 minutes, I think. No, that would be 0.3, wouldn't it? 0.4 miles. I don't know. I think it's the cold temperatures. No, I'm not going to give this one up. 0.4 miles. I'm not doing 3 miles an hour though. I was going to work out a big thing based on 3 miles an hour. I'm not doing that. I'm not moving that quickly. I'm lucky if I'm doing 2. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the map as well. When you're this close, you don't want to overshoot. So we've got a line of more boats now on the left here. Big long line. So, you know, by the time I've worked out how long it will take to cover 0.4 miles, I think we'll actually be there. It's the most pointless calculation in human history. Although I am going very slowly. It's a popular spot, this, isn't it? The line of boats going on, there must be sort of 10 boats maybe. And it's Armco, it's the old-fashioned Armco. Although, why have they got mooring pins? Surely we could use mooring chains here. The canal is quite broad in this section as well. So, why are they not using mooring chains there? Why are they on pins? All I need to know is that mooring chains are feasible, basically. And yes, they are. We're coming up to a boat now that is using them. Yeah. I wonder why those guys wouldn't use mooring chains back there. Seems an odd thing to do. An odd decision to make. Because they're much more secure. Space I could fit in there. Jolly good. What I'm doing, right, I'm keeping an eye on the bank. I'm keeping an eye on the mooring spots. I can't moor there. I thought it was a space, there's a winding hole. It's not a legit space, you can't park opposite a mooring hole, winding hole. Right. I feel like we're close on it now. Make sure there's nobody coming. Right, quarter of a mile. And actually, there's a mooring spot according to this just before it. What's surprising me, right, is how popular this line of moorings, this location appears to be. Like, I didn't expect it. But I'm sizing out places to stop if I have to come back. Yeah, now I'll fit in there. So is there a winding hole after the... Yes, there is. With a little bit of luck, if there's nothing close to the trading post, the Chandler's, I can come back here and north of it. I mean, this is as safe can be here. And there's another space on my left here as well. So there's at least 2 spaces. Once I'm done with water and coal, there's at least 2 spaces I can use, and that's reassuring. On the right hand side of the canal, there's one of those things that looks like a flash, and there's posts in the water to warn you against wandering out there in your boat. Wonder how many hire boaters have drifted off over there, you know, complete novices, first time ever on a boat, have drifted out into this flash and discovered the hard way that it's not deep enough. Right, just up ahead is a bridge, and literally just after the bridge is the water point, it seems. Bit of a sharp turn, not enough space for me there, but there is further down. I'm scoping out possible stopping places. That might be just a bit too short. I don't know though. I don't know. There's a winding hole just after the water point, opposite the Chandler's. So this could work out quite well. If I don't see a spot I can use further on from the Chandler's, I'll come back. I'll wind or turn and come back. Right, what's going on here? What is the Bobby Moore? Doesn't look the way I expected it to from the map. There are bollards, right, okay. I can lead the boat in by hand. Right, so I'm going to lead the boat in by hand here. Let me quickly grab a camera. So here's the boat coming in. I'm just going to fend off the front here. Just down there. Just fend that off. There we go. There's a Magna Fisherman just here. This is a big boater community here. Afternoon. Right. Thank you very much, young man. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye. Filled up with water, got extra coal, and I'm ready to go. So I was, right, going to turn. There's a winding hole over there. Apparently some sunken boats. A couple of sunken wooden boats, guy was telling me in there. So steer clear of the far side. So I could have turned there, right? That was like my first plan. So that was plan A. Turn there. Go back down there, and there's maybe two spaces that I could use. So yeah, I thought, yeah, okay, but then I thought it's only 1.5 miles to the next good mooring place, which is High Lane. It's only about 3 miles to 3.5 to travel to Marple itself, but the problem is it's 2:45, so I'm kind of running out of time. Yeah, running out of time, so I feel like I can't. Yeah, I'm not going to chance Marple. I'm going to stop at High Lane, and I'm not going to waste time going backwards. I know there's 2 spots there, but the time I've turned, gone back, turned again, forward to the mooring, it just, no, it just, yeah, it seemed a bit daft really. That's a nice boat, I like that. Might give it a little bit more revs because I'm sort of running out of light a little bit, even to get to High Lane. Now there are moorings marked up ahead. The moorings, unfortunately, on my right are long-term, paid-for moorings. I mean, sort of you pay anyway, but in dint of your licence to moor, part of that is towards, you know, the cost of you mooring up. But that also involves staying still. Moving every 14 days. If you want to stay still, you have to pay for that privilege. And I don't, to be honest, I don't want to stay still. It's handy at times, obviously, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So I'm just bimbling along here, probably doing 2 miles an hour, I think. Just over tick over, but not much. These are all long-term moorings on the right, the left. So now I'm sort of going to rely on the map and my eyes, frankly, to tell me where the moorings are. Because this last stretch in theory could be 20 minutes if I find a mooring, or it could be like an hour. I'm not really sure where the long-term paid moorings finish. I mean, there's a spot here, there's a spot there, but is it, I don't know what type of mooring it is. There's nothing signifying the end of them, so I've got to assume they're carrying on. So yeah, 6 bags of coal. I've got some, not my usual coal, I've got some stuff called XL Red. Now XL Red, I've used it before. It's a bit trickier to get lit, but it does burn longer, sort of slower and longer. So it's got some advantages overnight. The normal XL burns fast or hot. Anyway, you know, the technicalities of coal, who knew? Here goes. Fingers crossed. I always hit them when someone's watching, it's fatal.
I'm not looking.
You'd almost think I knew what I was doing. Wind's getting up a little bit as well. You go on the right, you drive on the right, yeah. Always pass on the right. Yeah. Have you seen this one? That's great, that, isn't it? It's not just the back end, he's put the front end on. That's superb. Oh, hello. Boat's approaching. The guy said in the Chandlery Trading Post Cafe thing was it was all shallow on the towpath side, so there's no real reliable mooring. You could probably squeeze in, but no reliable mooring until pretty much you get to High Lane. So I'm going to get my foot down. I was tempted to try for Marple, but you know, 5 to 3. I'm not going to do it in an hour. I'm just not. So I'm going to keep my eyes open and my map open and try and find a mooring on the way. High Bridge, High Lane is about a mile now, and there's a few moorings indicated. But I figure I might as well press on. There's some ring moorings in High Lane itself. Might as well stop there. Yeah, shame. I think if I'd have set off earlier, I could have made Marple, but the rain, it was raining. I just, you know I'm bad with rain. I'm like the Wicked Witch of the West. to be a mooring here somewhere in the next hour, just got to be. So there's a little stretch of Armco on my right there, not quite enough to moor properly, but I could. Oh, and there's more up ahead anyway. Okay, so this is legit. These are legit moorings. If I miss these, the next ones are 4/5 of a mile, maybe a mile. I don't like going this fast. I feel like I'm apologising to the guys. I'm probably doing 2.5, 2.5, yeah. A little bit nippy. See what speed I'm doing. Oh, 3.0. Okay, I'm going to slow down. That is a little bit faster than I thought. I am slightly fast, right? I'm not tearing it up here, but I'm probably doing about 2.5. There's no use looking at the speedometer thing. I've kind of given up on it anyway, but like, other than, you know, well, for irony maybe, 2.1.8, 4.5, do you see what I mean? What am I meant to do with that? Anyway, a lady, an elderly lady, just looked out of the window on a boat back there. And, you know, I waved to her, so she smiled back. So she wasn't like devastated by the speed. You know, she wasn't offended by my speed. See how much battery you've got left. Looks like plenty for this trip anyway. So I could have stopped there, and I hope I don't regret it. I hope I don't regret it, because actually I can get my foot down now. It's something I've not seen. Hang on. This is something I've not seen. There's like posts, bollard style posts, all the way along this bank for a stretch of about half a mile. I'm not sure what it's supposed to signify. What else could it be other than don't moor here? And the reason, you know, I suspect that I wouldn't have known, but the guy in the shop said, and there's Armco as well. What's the bollards? Oh, because it's a road. That's why the bollards. That's a drivable road. And they obviously need the bollards to stop people in cars going into the canal. Maybe there was an incident. So I could have moored there. But, you know, we're not far. We're not far from High Lane, which is my preferred destination. I've seen about 4 boats go past whilst I was stopped, filling up with water and getting the coal. 3 boats perhaps went past in the direction of Marple, and I think 1 or 2 came the other way. Where's the microphone for this? So, yeah, it's there. So that's not great news, because that means potentially Marple will have more boats in it, and, you know, and I won't get a space. Potentially. But we'll see. I'm moving the microphone. I'm moving the microphone so I can talk quietly, because there's a gentleman on the towpath up ahead. And he may be concerned about who I might be talking to. I must admit, I can't wait to see what this new camera is going to look like footage wise. I'm hoping actually it's not as sharp as all that on my face, because that's not going to do anyone any favours, is it? Right. Oh yeah. Well, he was a nice chap. But it's all gone grey again. The day has darkened and turned grey. It's also very small spatters of rain, and we definitely don't want that to happen. We seem to be in a cutting now. On the left here we've got quite a steep little bank. Whoops a daisy. I'm looking at the remote control for the camera, trying to be all slick and cameraman like, and I'm heading for the bank, so I need to be a bit slicker about the steering, driving the damn boat. Sorry, not the damn boat, I shouldn't say that. I always feel like I'm tempting fate. Sorry, boat. So I'm weaving round a little bit, that's no good. Could I go faster? I'm doing 1200. Let's up the revs. And I say that because it won't show it on the camera. It never seems to show the dark. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, it doesn't. So you won't sort of be picking up the fact that it is getting. It's only 3 o'clock, 10 past 3. And is that a boat coming? Or is he moored? I do hope he's moored. No, he's moving, isn't he? There's a boat coming. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take action, move over onto the side where I don't want to be. Now this is going to be interesting here, because this guy's not looking like he wants to give me that much room. So we might have a sort of a little game of chicken going on now. So let's see what happens. I think both of us are struggling with shallow depth on the sides. There we go. Cheers, mate. It's just about done it. It's a bit of a shallow one, this, isn't it? Yeah.
Too far over.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry about that, mate. Oh, I feel terrible now. I didn't want to play chicken with the guy, and he's hit the bank. Oh no. Oh, I feel terrible. I did apologise. That did not work out well. That did not work out well. The guy, he did have room and he got himself through, and I moved over pretty much as far as I could, bearing in mind the roots, the tree roots. But we said hello to each other, and I think he just lost his view of the side, got a bit too close and bumped it, and he was disappointed. I did move over, I really did, honestly. He did have a generous bit of room. He would have been okay. It was my fault for sort of saying hello, smiling at him and everything, taking his attention because he needed to watch. But I mean, there wasn't much further I could go. I didn't have room to play. I don't like doing, I don't like causing strife, unpleasantness for other boaters. I really don't. And I'll go out of my way. I'm sure you've probably seen a few times. I'll go out of my way to avoid doing that. I'll go too far over, generally speaking. But that was just one of those bad sections with trees on both sides. Sorry, trees on my side and a shallow bank. The towpath side is notoriously shallow here. So yeah, it looks like you're okay and you're not. But you're not on this side either. I don't like doing that to somebody. I just don't like it at all. If you ever happen to watch this, mate, I can only apologise. I could have allowed a foot or two more and just scraped through. I wasn't on the ball enough. So, NCCC, North Cheshire Cruising Club, private moorings. In there. So I need to pay attention. We're on a bend. I need to also maybe slow down a bit. I wonder, is this high lane already? Because if it is, oh shit, it is. It is, and I've gone past the 2-day moorings. Damn. I mean, they were all taken, as you can see. The 2-day moorings were all taken. There was nothing doing there. Rings as well. Oh. So this is where you hope that your cunning plan doesn't backfire. Could I get on the end? No, I'm going to block the bridge. It's impossible. Could I though? Let's check this out. Let's check this out. Right. I'm going to pull the boat back. Right. I need some reverse thrust. Help me out. There seems to be a flow. And it's against me. There's a pub here as well. This could get lively later. But it's only one night, isn't it? But up ahead, it's just a line of boats. Maybe there's a space. Seems daft not to use it. If I've got a 2-day, if I've got rings here, 2-day mooring, what the hell? Okay, no joy. There's a ring right here, and I thought there might be others further on, but not so. So time to get going again. Shame, because, yeah, there's a pub up there just above the bridge, a bull's head. I think that's heard somebody say it's nice in there, the food's nice and everything, so High Lane was a bust. Unless I'm going to keep my eye out here for rings or anything I can moor on. No joint. Can't see anything. I could use pins. Right, there's Armco here. This'll do. That's not Di's boat, is it? There's a boat up ahead that... Anyway, there's a gap, so there's Armco, there's a gap. I'll call it quits here, because it's 3:30, so it'll be getting dark in half an hour. I can't make it to Marple, I might as well stop here. I wonder, is that Di's boat up ahead? Right, that might be Di. So I'm just mooring up at High Lane. It's busier than I thought it'd be. Di is still here. She's in front of me. There. I think I'll pull up here because I've got decent looking Armco. So, come in, you bugger. So here we are, guys. All moored up. That's a place called High Lane. There's a main road there and there's a pub where the lights are, if this shows lights. It looks like a pretty well-to-do place, I must say. A couple of boats behind me. I've left a space for one here, and in front of me, would you believe, Di. So she's still here. She had work to do today, so we'll probably both move on to Marple tomorrow. But there we are, all moored up. Still half an hour of light left, and time for a cup of cocoa, to be fair. Enough's enough, so yeah, laters.